So today I wanted to talk about Stalker 2. If you've been on my channel a while, you'll know that while it isn't my main source of content, the Stalker franchise is something I've been interested in. In fact, aside from Halo, it's probably one of my favorite franchises to date. So with that, know that nothing I say in this video is meant to insult, disparage, or cast any negative light toward the developers over at GSC Game World. I understand they're going through literal hell over there, trying to make a good game for us all, and from what I've seen thus far, Stalker 2 looks like it has the potential to be an amazing game. Overall, I think GSC seems like a group of people full of passion, pride, and a genuine interest in making great games, unlike some other developers. They work hard in some of the worst conditions imaginable to make Stalker 2 a reality. They have not thus far fallen back on any of the common excuses that many developers in the industry use today to justify the lack of quality and polish in recent releases. They have not let a literal war stop them, though it would be totally understandable if they did. The men and women over at GSC have a dedication to cause that I think is becoming exceedingly rare in today's gaming industry, and they should be commended for it. However, there is a caveat to this. This is still the same company that is selling pre-order skins, story DLC, a season pass, guitar tracks, and campfire stories before the game is even out. That's right, the little guitar tracks and songs, the dialogue that you hear around the campfires in the game, is now being monetized and sold separately as DLC before the game is even out. This is still the same company that launched the original Stalker games that were poorly optimized, buggy beyond belief, and still are to this day, and we also have a significant amount of crashes. And don't even get me started on the fact that while they're ultimately canceled, GSC was making plans to implement NFTs into Stalker 2. Now, I realize in today's gaming industry, a lot of this is common practice, but that still doesn't make it okay. The fact that practices such as these have become acceptable is disgusting. Add to this the fact that according to the Steam page, there's going to be a multiplayer mode with cosmetic microtransactions. It's painfully clear that in a lot of ways, GSC is following the same toxic trends that the rest of the industry puts forward. I don't even know why there's going to be a multiplayer mode. Now, I'm aware that in at least Shadow of Chernobyl and Clear Sky, there was, but to my knowledge, nobody ever really played it. It wasn't a main feature of the game. It was sort of just a tacked-on mode of an era where virtually every SPS had to have a multiplayer, but I fear that what we have here is going to be much, much worse. Why is GSC offering pre-order skins for a mode that most people probably don't even associate with Stalker? When I think of Stalker, I think of an immersive, open-world, atmospheric survival horror game that I know and love, not some overpriced neon skin, microtransaction-filled loot box cash cow. Now, to be fair, I'm being a bit hyperbolic. They haven't said anything about loot boxes, but we do know that there's going to be microtransactions in this multiplayer mode, right? Now, I'm not completely opposed to a multiplayer in some form or another from being in Stalker 2. In fact, I'm far from it. I think a cooperative story mode or some sort of optional, keyword optional, online aspect of the story's open world would be a welcome addition to the franchise. A way to experience the horrors and complexities of the zone with a friend would be a dream come true in my book. But what I don't want is to load into the game and be instantly greeted with 4 notifications telling me, buy the season pass, or buy the dabbing emote bundle, or buy the pink neon camo for your gun. And that's another thing. A lot of games that have microtransactions today try to justify them by claiming, well, all the other DLC is free. So why is it that in this case, we don't even get that? Like I said before, it's already confirmed that there's going to be DLC for this game, at least 2 of them being story DLC, which probably means that the main campaign is probably going to end on a cliffhanger. DLC for a game is nothing new, but to have this much of it this early is kind of ridiculous. All for a game that at one point was straight up canceled and has now been delayed multiple times. Again, the reasons for those delays are totally understandable, and I think it's a good thing that they did delay the game. But we can't ignore the fact that the base cost of this game at the moment is over $100, and it's not even out yet. Now, to be fair, the Ultimate Edition is stated to come with, quote, all future DLCs. But my question to that is, what is going to count as a DLC? Does this mean that if we buy the Ultimate Edition, we get all the skins and whatever other little microtransactions come with the game? Because if that's the case, then you know what? I'm fine with it. Games cost more to make now than they ever did in the past, and I know that. So for a complete game, I don't mind shelling out some extra money. Call of Duty Black Ops, the original, is one of my favorite games to date. And with the cost of all the DLC, I've shelled out well over $100 for the game, and I don't regret it. But the thing is that with that DLC, you get everything the game has to offer. All the skins, the camos, the maps, and guns. You get them all. Nothing is locked behind a battle pass. Nothing is locked behind an in-game store or a loot box or whatever. You get what you pay for. If Stalker 2 has a system like this, I will gladly purchase the Ultimate Edition after the game has been out for a while, but I will not pre-order. I've been seeing a lot of hype in the community lately, with some people going as far as to order 2 copies of the Ultimate Edition already, despite the fact that we don't even have an exact release date. What you do with your money is your business, but I'm still urging everyone to please just wait and reconsider pre-ordering if you are in fact thinking of doing so. Far too many games come out today lacking features, optimization, or in some cases even basic functionality. Maybe I'm just bitter here because I've been burned too many times when it comes to games, but I'm still going to remain skeptical until I see the game actually come out. The reality is, in 2023, there is simply no reason to pre-order. Most games are digital download now, and even if you're still on consoles trying to get a physical copy, most stores are overstocked on those copies. There's simply too much profit to lose if they don't have enough to supply everyone. And even if they ran out, unless you're a major YouTuber that's going to upload a video on it, there's no benefit to just playing the game a few days early, especially when it's already been delayed multiple times. You can wait a few extra days. All that being said, from what I have seen thus far, Stalker 2 looks like it's going to be a pretty cool game. From what I've seen of the trailers, the graphics look stunning, they've done a great job maintaining the art style and feel that Stalker is known for, and the story does look interesting. I can't stress enough that I'm not saying or hoping that Stalker 2 will be a bad game in any way. In fact, I hope that everything negative I've said in this video will be proven wrong. I hope the Ultimate Edition really does give us all the DLC. I hope the multiplayer mode isn't just a gimmick. I hope the game is mostly bug-free and lives up to reasonable expectations. I'm not expecting the game to be, this massive, exact one-to-one recreation of all 30 kilometers of the exclusion zone, right? But I hope it functions and has a decent amount of content there. And I hope that in the end, I'm just proven to be an overly cynical asshole that has too many issues and has been burned too many times. I want this game to succeed, but for now, I'm going to have to remain skeptical, but that's enough from me. What do you think? Are you going to be pre-ordering Stalker 2? Why or why not? Let me know in the comments below. Gameplay in this video has been from a mod called Old World, which I did a video on a while back. I'll link it in the description below if you want to check that out. I have been Broken Circle, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did, and only if you did. And as always, have a great day, and stay safe. Get out of here, Stalker.